Homebrew Wednesday. It's Brad here at Wild Boys Brewery, Puka NC. Hope you're having a good week. I'm going to do a real short update this week. What I got going on is a Black IPA, and this is kind of one I'm just doing because I really like the recipe. It's originally Gary Fortin, main brew guy's recipe. He called it Black Betty. He gave me a bottle of it a couple years ago when he came down here to North Carolina, and I really liked it. So I tweaked it just a little bit, changed the yeast, and he used USO 5, I used 1272. This time around I'm using Conan, so it's going to be different even yet. So I'm calling this version 2.75. I added first wort hopping and a dry hop edition of Cascade, which he did not have, and I sent him a bottle of it and he really liked it, and I think he actually even made the changes that I did to it, his recipe, when he did it again, because he liked it so well. But I'm doing it again. I changed a few of the hops around just because I had, the second reason I'm doing this is I'm using up some old hops that I have. They're probably 2012 crop. They've been in the freezer. I'm sure they're still pretty good, but it's time to get rid of them and use them up. This is not one of my standard massive 16, 18 ounce double IPA or IPA recipes. This one's closer to about 12 something, I think, which is still a lot, but it only comes out to about around 75, 80 IBUs. You can hear I'm collecting the wort now. So we'll just go ahead and show you. I've collected the first wort already, got the Cascade drop in of 1 ounce, and got it in a pot heating up, and I'm collecting the rest of the wort to collect 6.9 gallons of wort, and then I'll start my boil. So I'll cut to that and show you a couple of hop drops, and that's pretty much going to be it. Okay, this is 4 gallons, and it's got 1 ounce Cascade in it right now. This grain bill smells awesome. When I mashed in, it smelled like chocolate oatmeal with a little bit of rye in the background. These are some of the hop drops here. 60 minutes. He uses Northern Brewer, or excuse me, Gary used Brewer's Gold. The second time I used Northern Brewer because that's what I could get. This time I'm using Galena, so it's going to be a little different this time. Then it's got 2 ounces of Centennial and a little bit of Amarillo at 30, 1 ounce of Citra at 5, and then it's got some Cascade, Centennial, and I'm throwing some El Dorado in there because I've got it and I want to use it up. You can see grain bed looks like, and it looks like I'm almost got my next right below the 3 gallon marks where I need to be, so I'm collecting 6.9. So I will come back when I pass my hot break and do my bittering drop. And we're past our hot break. Top of the pot action as usual. And so we have our 17 grams of Galena going in. And that's for our 60 mark. Stir this baby in a little bit. Look how black that is. Luscious. Alright, we'll be back in about 30 minutes to do our next drop. Alright, we hit our numbers. Actually overshot it by a little bit. Got 75% would be 1070, and I actually got about 1072, so about 77, 78%, something like that, so I'm pretty happy. Everything went well. Looking forward to seeing how this one turns out. I did a little rearranging. I put my starters up on the shelf here because it actually, if they get hot, it's good for them. So that's crazy enough. But just leave them up there, get them off the table, and then I've got the Roeselare back there, the Russian River Dark Ale, Belgian Dark Ale, Strong Ale going there. And then I've pitched this Saison's took back off again. I moved it back up against the wall, and you can see the airlock on it's chugging along. And I pitched, it was 3 gallons of Black Berry Saison, 2.5 gallons of 1030 wort, which was about 2/3 all grain with a little bit of DME put in with it, to bump it up to 1030. And then I did a 0.45 gallon dreg starter with my Russian River Supplication, which was started on 10/12/14. I pitched Orval Dregs into that as well on 12/13/14. And then I pitched Dan ABA's Loquat and Goose house strain in there when I started this the other day on 3/7/15. So that should turn out to be a pretty nice one. And I'm also going to put this one, I'm going to put some more blackberries on that one. Right now what I'm doing is racking my Uralo onto the dry hop. I'm doing 3 ounces. This thing smells like a peach, pear, apricot bomb. So I'm like super happy with the way this thing smells. It is all Uralo. And then after I rack this, I actually just did my brew day today. And once I get done racking the Uralo IPA into secondary onto the dry hop, I am going to transfer my Black Betty 2.75 over to that Conan yeast cake. So I'm experimenting around with that recipe a little bit. I changed a few of the hops around and the yeast as well. The base grain's still all the same though. That's a solid damn recipe. So just want to basically play around with some hops I already had that were like 2012 year crop that need to be used up. And I'd actually, the last time I made it, I used hops that were a couple years old, and that turned out phenomenal. So I was really surprised. So that's why I wasn't even hesitant at all to use it this time. It's got rye and oats, Carafa 2, and trying to think what else it's got in it. It's got a little bit of pearl because it's a catch-all. I had like about 1 pound and 10 ounces of pearl, I think, I put in it, and the rest of it's Glen Eagles Maris Otter. So it's going to be quite a bit different than it was last time, but I'm looking forward to checking it out and seeing how it turns out. So sounds like I'm reaching the bottom of this bucket here, so I'm going to put a wedge underneath it and tilt it up and get everything out of it. And then I'm going to rack my Black Betty 275 over on top of it. And then I'll come back when I get the gravity on that and see how we did on as far as mash efficiency. Cheers. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you next week. Happy Homebrew Wednesday. Cheers.